Speaker, once again, the government is showing its hypocrisy. A year after banning anti-war MP George Galloway from entering Canada, the Minister of Censorship has no problem with letting pro-war Conservative come and preach hate. Ann Coulter said, and I quote, "The government should be spying on all Arabs, engaging in torture as a televised spectator sport and dropping daisy cutters wantonly throughout Middle East." I'm all for freedom of speech, but why the double standard?
The Honourable Minister of Citizenship and Immigration.
Speaker, I'm surprised the member doesn't understand Canadian immigration law. It's not politicians who decide who can come into the country. It's professional members of the public service, Mr. Speaker. And in the case, for instance, of Mr. Galloway received a preliminary inadmissibility determination by an officer of the Canadian Border Services Agency, I presume based on the fact that he publicly and overtly handed piles of tens of thousands of dollars to the leader of a banned anti-Semitic terrorist organization called Hamas. Now, if she has information on anyone who comes to Canada that she thinks would be the basis for inadmissibility review, I invite her to furnish that to the President of the Canadian Border Services Agency.
Honourable Member for Trinity Spadina.
Mr. Speaker, newly filed court documents reveal that the minister was active in stopping Mr. Galloway from crossing the border. CBSA was told that Galloway could not be admitted under any circumstances. So for this government, a pro-peace British MP is a threat, but a pro-war Conservative who said that Jews needs to be perfected and call Muslim insane savages is fine. Will the minister admit he supports free speech only if he agrees with the Speaker, or is this more Conservative hypocrisy?
The Honourable Minister of Citizenship and Immigration. Order.
Speaker, of course, I and this government support free speech within the Canadian law. If she has information that she thinks would render a visitor to Canada inadmissible, she should supply that information to the CBSA. They can take it into account. They did take into account Mr. Galloway's admission of having financed the leadership of Hamas, which is a banned terrorist organization. Mr. Speaker, I simply made it clear that I wasn't going to grant a ministerial permit to effectively override the inadmissibility determination of the CBSA because I actually happen to believe that we should enforce the law and not allow financiers of terrorist organizations to come to Canada.
Honourable Member for Stormont.